Hey folks, here we are as promised with a little bit of an update on Dan's Templestowe project. Mate, this is project number 1. We actually had a look at this site nearly 6 months ago, back in December. At that point, it was just doing site cut. But look at this, mate. You're nearly done. How long till completion?
We're expecting 2 months from now on.
2 months to completion. And remind us again how much money that we're looking to lock in here?
Above $1 million.
$1 million on his first project, plus the one that we've just gone and had a look at. So you can see that Dan's cracking on. Now, this one at the front is number 1.
Yeah.
You've been tossing up whether or not you want to keep number 1 or whether or not you want to keep one of the ones at the back. Number 1 is clearly the premium product. What are the thought factors that you're putting into this so that everyone else can think about how and when do they want to start to keep a site?
Number one, I am considering to generate passive income. So that's definitely one of the factors. Secondly, I feel like now that I'm progressing a bit more financially, I feel like I want to take care a bit of myself, my family, go a bit more often on holidays. So I think.
And Carla's pregnant with a girl. We just got to announce a girl. So well done, mate.
Very exciting.
So want to look after your family, absolutely. But you were tossing up between this one and keeping one at the back. And the difference was this one here is, I guess, the premium product. You were tossing up whether or not you keep the premium product because it feels good versus do you sell that off, keep one of the ones at the back and lower your debt. So where do you think you're landing and why should other people care about that?
I think most likely we're going to retain one of the unit number 3 that is at the back. There are 4 units here, and sell the front one. It's a more than 300K difference. 300K that I think, even though my ego would enjoy living in something that is more expensive, my soul would enjoy even further to use that money and go on holidays with my family more often, buy my mom a car, to do certain things that I think my soul will enjoy further.
Thinking with his head, not with his heart. But where he does think with his heart, folks. If you just stick your head that way, see that Hero X branding just right there. That's where this man does think with his heart. So tell us a little bit about Hero X and why. I guess what Hero X does and the motto that is behind your company.
Yeah, our vision with Hero X and mission is to help somebody, a homeless person, with shelter in the shape of a container home for each home that we build and sell. So basically here we built 4, we sold 3, so 3 homeless people won't be on the street anymore after we finish the project.
And mate, that's a fantastic vision. And I know, I guess, where you want to take your business. And so that's going to help a lot of people in the long run. Why don't we go and actually have a look at the people that are going to live in these houses, what they're going to actually start to enjoy. Let's go do that. See you in a sec. So here we are halfway down the block, and as we can actually see, so we're standing in the middle of what will be the driveway, I guess, on completion. What you can see at the back, that's number 4, that's number 3, that's number 2, this is number 1 right here. Something along those lines. Hopefully I pointed that right. Mate, you've already sold one of these, and you've got another one. You said you had an offer yesterday, literally, on that one. So it's 2 off the plan while they're not completed. What's the benefit for everyone out there? Why would you be selling off the plan instead of waiting till their completion and I guess trying to get maximum dollar for that?
I think it just takes some risk off the table. If you're able to generate pre-sales, then you might lose on 100K of profit that you might be able to gain at the end, but also at the end you might incur holding costs. Maybe you don't sell as fast as you wish. So definitely I'm a big fan of pre-sales. The next project that we're doing, we're pre-selling at least 3 of the 5 to achieve 100% debt coverage. So then we take a lot of the risk off the table.
All the risk is off the table, means you can sleep well at night, means that your cash is in the bank and now it's just a process to manage the project all the way through to completion. And it means that you can, I guess, have certainty in rolling into the next project, which you have around the corner. We've just come from that one, and I guess a couple more in the pipeline, mate. What do we got? What do we got in the pipeline?
I'm negotiating on a few sites with ocean views. And I'm looking, learning more about childcares. Let's see.
Oh, like childcare. Stick to a strategy, Dan. Stick to a strategy. Okay, folks, we're going to have a very sneak peek inside just one of these townhouses, and we'll come back to you in 2 seconds. Bye for now. Here we are inside number 2, and they haven't yet done the gyprocking or anything on this, but what I wanted to show you here was how high these ceiling spaces are. Now, it's a bit hard to get perspective, but this is Dan and I, and then look at how much space above Dan and I to that roof space. It's massive. Mate, that's going to give this really nice feel of opulence, which is one of the reasons why you're able to get a little bit more of a premium price point for these, plus its location. So you're right near parks and lovely park views and that sort of thing. How do you manage to get all the roof space in, other than just designing it?
Yeah,
there's a roofer on the roof, folks. So if you can hear stuff, that's what live does for you. Mate, what made you put the extra roof space in?
I feel like due to the fact that we're on a sloping block and we have different levels, we had the chance to have 2.7 meter ceilings in some areas and 3.4 in other areas. So we took the advantage and we didn't lower the ceilings, just because it will be a better experience for the people that will be living here.
So basically what he's saying in lay terms is he's used the slope to his advantage and said, well, rather than, cut and lose space, we're actually going to use that space to our advantage, keep the levels upstairs flat, and then that keeps a huge amount of space downstairs. So, mate, let's go and have a look upstairs in unit number 1. Here we are inside number 1. This is the premier product at the front of the property. We're just going to give you a tiny little guided tour. As you can see, this is upstairs. This is the void just above the stairwell. You can see a lovely light-filled area, that giant window that's going to let a whole bunch of light in. Reasonable views overlooking the neighbour's backyard, but not very intrusive in doing that. The money shot's this way, so come with me, folks. Coming this way. So in we get down. So back here, there's a lovely park over here, and from the master bed, you're going to be able to, look out over that park and get lovely views to wake up in the morning, go to bed at night, that sort of thing. Very peaceful, very serene. Just listening here, you can hear the birds chirping and that sort of thing. It's a lovely spot, mate. You've done really, really well.
Thank you, Rob. And we're very excited to be able to do a project in such a nice location. It's a court next to a lot of parks. You have the Yara River meters away. There's a lot of elements that I think make it an amazing location.
And you touched on it before, mate. You're trying to do projects that are a little bit different because you want to have some sort of connectivity to nature. So adjacent to parks, adjacent to waterways, adjacent to oceans, you want some sort of connectivity to nature. That is your point of difference in your brand. And mate, it's starting to reflect really well in the output of the things that are coming.
Thank you, Rob. I couldn't have done it as successful from the first project without you.
No, thank you, mate. I appreciate the kind words, but you've done all the hard work. But that said, folks, if you want to see the finished product and the stories and the issues and challenges, and Dan, you've had plenty of issues and challenges on this site. If you want to see that, make sure that you keep in touch and you come to one of our meetups and you can actually see Dan present this as a real deal, at one of our upcoming meetups. In November. The date is already locked in. So till then, folks, we're going to see you. Bye for now.